Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Actually, just picked this one up because it looked like something that I thought might be interesting from the Frontiers label, and it turned out to be pretty cool. The artist's name is Nevena. Her full name is Nevena Dordovic, and it's a self-titled album just released on Frontiers. Didn't really know what it was, but I saw that it was produced by Michael Pallas, and he wrote and plays all the instruments and produced it and all that stuff, and so it sounded pretty interesting, so I just kind of looked into it a little bit and got it, and I just got done listening to it here a couple times, and wow, it was actually I was really impressed with it, quite honestly. It's pop rock, but it's done really well. I thought it was the singer from The Big Deal, and I don't think that's who it is now, because the last name of that person is Nevena Brankovic, who is married to the guitar player of that band, and that's kind of how this other Nevena came to Frontiers, was through him, and I just assumed it was his wife, but apparently I'm wrong. If I'm getting that wrong and somebody else knows any more information, then they look like different people at this point too, so I'm assuming it's just a different person. Just kind of interesting that it's the same name. I guess they're all Serbian, so it makes sense that they would have. It's probably a pretty common name over there, but wasn't really sure who it was at first, but I think I got it now. But anyway, so just getting into this, I probably won't have this one very long, but this review probably won't be very long. But this album, I'll probably listen to it a few more times. It was really good. Like, Michael Pallas is a great guitar player. If you haven't heard any of his stuff, his band Pallas, or any of his solo stuff that he's done. He's been on a couple other things on these Frontiers things, but there's so many of these projects that I actually forgot which one he was on, but I probably could look that up pretty quick. But anyway, it's really not important to this review. But anyway, getting into it, I guess she's like pretty famous in Serbia. She has won one of the contests that they had there. It was kind of like their, America's Got Talent type thing. It's called the First Voice of Serbia. She won. She plays piano, and she went to the Berklee College of Music in Boston here, and in the States, and she's performed a lot of stuff there, and just kind of became well known to people in the music business, and got signed with Frontiers, and hooked up with Michael Pallas, and they made this album. And I guess this is our first international release, so I'm glad I picked it up, because the guitar playing and the songwriting is amazing on this. Actually, the bass playing is really good on this too. The sound that he has on the bass on this one is a little unique. It's the kind of style of bass that I like. It's kind of cuts through. It's got a little bit more of a mid tone to it than you hear a lot, but it cuts through the mix really well. And I didn't realize how good of a producer he was. The songs on this one, the style of producing he does, he actually knows how to build a song up and give it dynamics, which I've always complained, if you guys have listened to any of my other stuff about Frontier stuff, is they're not very dynamic. They all kind of have that certain level that they stick with from beginning to end, and this one did not fall into that, and I was so happy that didn't happen. She also plays piano on this, and Michael's credited with all instruments, so I'm assuming he's playing a lot of the keyboards too. It sounds like drum machine to me. It does not sound like a real drummer. Some of the stuff just sounds like something a drummer would not do, so I'm assuming it's a drum machine. Who knows? But the only negative thing I'll say about that is the drumming sounds a little bit. It sounds like it's programmed, but everything else sounded really well. His style of playing, he has a cool feel to his playing, so even though it's really highly produced, as far as like slick, because it's a melodic rock, it's very slick production. He still comes through with a feel in his playing. And her singing style, it's not like crazy, like super high vocals or anything like that, but it's a very pure, nice sounding voice, and she's not trying to like do millions of runs and stuff, just straight ahead singing, and it works really well with the style of music, and it's works really well with the songs that they wrote. Michael does a lot of the background vocals, so you can hear a lot of that in this. And I don't think people realize how much background vocals add to a song. If it's done right, it really can lift a song up quite a bit. So I think it's one thing rock bands don't concentrate enough on. Just my personal opinion, but anyway, as far as like the highlights go, it's kind of strange. They released like the first singles are like probably, in my opinion, the weakest songs on the album. The Too Late and the Bad Sun Rising. I guess that's a clever play on Bad Moon Rising, but I don't know. They were decent songs, don't get me wrong, but Miracles is probably the slowest song on it. It was kind of a ballady type thing, although it didn't stay that way completely. And that was cool, very dynamic, and the chorus in that was extremely catchy. I got it's the 11 songs on this thing, if I didn't mention that. The last 4 are just really straight ahead rockers. There was one that was kind of a little strange on there called Writer's Block, where the lyrics were kind of strange, and then the first song, the Bulletproof, the lyrics are a little weak, but I guess it's not, the most important thing in the world, just the little weak in the lyric department, but other than that, everything was pretty good. My favorite one on here was a song called Straight into Madness. That one just really, really stuck out above and beyond all these other songs on here. And this, the style that they're trying to like create on this is like pop rock, is what I'm getting a feel from anyway. That song, why it's not a single or hasn't been a single yet, hopefully they release it as a single, because that is like the perfect pop rock song. It kicks off with just a cool, clean-ish sounding. It's got a little bit of overdrive on it, guitar sound, and it kicks right into like a guitar hook. And then by the time it gets, and then it kind of draws back a little bit for the verse, which is kind of cool. There's dynamic there already. And then when the chorus kicks in, extremely catchy vocal melody for the chorus, and then right back into that guitar hook again. It does that a couple times. The solo in this one, it changes, the whole rhythm changes for that, and then it drops back down again, and the guitar sound he uses for the solo is actually different than all the rest of the songs too. They got a different tone to it, and then it just kicks into the end outro chorus thing. But perfectly crafted melodic rock song. I maybe shouldn't call it pop rock. It's melodic rock, perfectly crafted song. I haven't heard one crafted that well and that memorable in quite some time. That was a great song. So hopefully, they will use that one as a single. If you guys check it out, tell me what you think of that one. I personally thought it was like the best one on the album. Obviously, I'm ranting and raving about it, but all the rest were good. There was not a clunker on this album. It was nice to listen to, and I'm sure the more listens I get, the more some of these are going to stick out to me. But my initial reaction was that one. Miracles was really cool, and then the rest of them were all good songs. It's just like I said, the Writer's Block may be the weakest one. That was just kind of lyrically, it seemed a little bit, I don't know. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to be clever and trying to be like unique, and but sometimes it doesn't work. So, in my opinion, I have to keep saying that because I know some people might like that. But anyway, give this one a try. It was actually well worth it. It was better than some of the other ones that I was really thought were going to be good and weren't. So this one was like a welcome surprise. So anyway, feel free to share your feelings down below, like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you later. See you.